Mr. Speaker, in 2011, the federal government announced that it would transfer the responsibility of food inspections at provincial meatpacking plants to the provincial government so that the province would be fully responsible for meat inspections as of January the 1st, 2014. It's been 5 years since the listeriosis crisis, which resulted in shaking consumer confidence in food inspections. Now, Manitobans at this point are very concerned that food safety and meat inspections should never be compromised. I ask the governments what measures is being taken to ensure that meat inspection is done properly and that our food is safe after this transition.
Speaker, the federal government has decided to vacate this field. The province will be moving in to provide this service. Up to 16 inspectors will be made available through the provincial government to do this service to ensure the food supply is secure with respect to these types of inspections.
Mr. Speaker, I understand that the provincial government has recently hired inspectors. Now, this is almost 2 years after the initial announcement by the federal government, and just 4.5 months left before the Canadian Food Inspection Agency walks away from the 33 provincially registered meatpacking plants. I would ask, what assurances does the Premier have that the inspectors who've just been hired will be adequately trained to ensure that the food safety and the health of Manitoba consumers are satisfactorily looked after as of January the 1st, and that the proper processes are in place to ensure safe food inspections?
I thank the member for the question. There has been a transition process in place since last June between the federal and the provincial government. They've been working diligently to ensure a smooth transition. New inspectors have been hired, 2 new supervisors have been hired. They expect to go live in January of the next coming year, and the smooth transition should allow a continuous protection of the public interest with respect to safe meats in Manitoba.
Mr. Speaker, the federal government meat inspectors undergo on-the-job training, I understand, for 3 years. This is to meet the responsibility of ensuring that the meat processing facilities operate to the highest standards. Now, the federal government, of course, already reduced that timeline by providing the provincial government only 2 years' notice of the transition. And now, with only 4.5 months left, I understand that the newly hired inspectors have had less than 2 weeks of on-the-job training so far. With the training time for new provincial inspectors falling so far short of the federal standard, I ask, what is the Premier's plan to ensure the meat slaughter plants have the support infrastructure necessary to ensure to Manitoba consumers that our meat will be safe?
Mr. Speaker, the new inspectors will be shadowing the existing inspectors. They'll be learning from them the procedures that they undertake to ensure safety. It goes without saying that the first responsibility for safety of the meat supply is for the plants and the producers that use those plants themselves. And then, of course, the inspectors ensure that the regulations and the laws are properly enforced. They will be learning from the existing inspectors. They will be ready to go because they've had the opportunity to go through a smooth transition with them. And we fully expect that the meat system will be safe because we believe the people that are in these plants want to provide a safe product to the public, and the inspections will ensure that that happens, Mr. Speaker.